Hello YouTube! I have run into a problem that I haven't seen anything on YouTube. During the video, I noticed a intermediate shaft, and I'm gonna need my flashlight because, well, it's dark. What did I do with it? Must be inside. No, right there. Now this thing's got an old school would be called a carrier bearing, but it's called the intermediate shaft now, and it's another shaft that runs from a bracket on a bearing into the transmission. It's got a shaft spline that goes inside the CV joint itself. Anybody that has this, I'm going to tell you, get the whole thing out completely. Find something to hook it on with the intermediate shaft up and CV joint down. Hook it at the bracket and beat the crap out of it to get it apart. And to get it back, to get the new CV joint on, find something to set it on and just beat the crap out of it. Either that or hold it together and just drop it on a piece of concrete or piece of wood or something. Yes, that sounds crazy, but there is a clip that locks at the back side. There's a clip that locks at the back side of that, and it's almost impossible to get it together without brute force. Now, I tried the easier method, trying to get it lined up and put pressure against it within its natural seat and everything lined up, etc. Used a hammer here to possibly get it together, and it's not doing it. So I'm going to have to remove this axle and start over. Just a piece of advice. Anybody that's got the intermediate shaft, save yourself some trouble. Don't mess with it. Don't think there's a shortcut, because there's not. Remove the whole axle. Beat it apart. Or if you can wedge something in there, which is almost impossible too, because it's got a cup that goes over top of the carrier bearing part. So it has to be hit on the CV joint and clipped, hooked on at the bracket and beat apart. That worked for me pretty easy. And the star of the show has arrived. Hi, Simba. He likes being around me when I'm outside. But anyway, save yourself some trouble. Take it out as a unit, put it back as a unit, and don't bother trying to do a shortcut unless you've got the special tools to get it apart the way it is. And that's something I just do not have. And yes, this is the next day. For me doing this, it got late. I done spent 2.5 hours messing with it. Got it to that point, seeing it wasn't going to go together, and I just called it quits. I'll pick it up tomorrow. Anyway, don't forget, take it out as a whole, brute force, beat it apart, and then put it together as a whole, slam it down on concrete or a block of wood. Yes, that sounds crazy, but that clip is not friendly on the end of that shaft where it goes together. It's hard to do. Okay, I've got this shaft back out, the intermediate and this. That ring right there It is not friendly at all. This goes inside here, and that ring squeezes in to let it come apart. Well, taking it apart, you gotta hit here. Well, not hit here. This is on the bearing itself, so don't hit that. But take this bracket and get it caught somewhere on an edge and hit your CV joint here, because this lip goes over top of here. That makes it sealed. So if you put any grease in it, well, supposedly hold it in, but not really, because it's not a perfect seal between this and this, but this overlaps and that causes a problem. I knew it wasn't going together because his fingers width apart between here and here. And I was like, well, after all the beating and banging, that ain't gonna work. So, what I'm gonna do is brute force it will go together. I'm gonna set this up right. Camera on? Okay. I'll put that part out. Now, find me a thick piece of 2x6 or 2x4 or something. I'm going to let the brute force of gravity do its thing. Dang, that was easy. I always tell people at work, they're younger guys, doing lifting and trying to hang stuff and etc. Let gravity work for you. Makes life a lot easier and saves your back. Now that didn't take a whole lot of force to do, but it's definitely together, and this task will be done in about an hour. So, take my word for it, people. If you want to save yourself a headache, do it that way. If I had found a video that showed me that to start with, well, I could have saved myself probably about 2 hours messing with it. Because I had the CV joint pulled out of the bearing in less than an hour. Then about 30 minutes to get the intermediate shaft, and I was trying to pull it apart. I was like, okay, it's going to have, whole thing's going to have to come out. But trying to get it apart by treating it like a baby was not working. That was 30 minutes wasted. And I clipped that bearing section on my porch and started hitting the CV joint where I showed you. With a hammer, it started coming apart. So, keep in mind, it may, most likely, will not come apart when you go to change this axle. So, just roll with it, you'll get it done and over with. And this kind of problem The outer CV joint was clicking and popping and cracking and carrying on. It was getting really loud, so it was making me concerned. I didn't want to get stranded somewhere. Put gravity to work. Make your life easier. And get her done. Have a good one.